Hello! Welcome back to The Finance Boy. Trevor Phillips, the psychopathic sociopath killer in the best-selling video game of all time, Grand Theft Auto V, is one of the three main playable protagonists in the game alongside Michael DeSanta and Franklin Clinton. Trevor Phillips is a career criminal and former bank robber alongside Michael DeSanta, who later founded his own company called Trevor Phillips Enterprises in Los Santos, which is a drug dealing and weapon smuggling operation that does business in Blaine County. Trevor was not worth much at the beginning of the game since he lived in a trailer park, where his trailer was worth a whopping estimate of $6,000. But at the end of the game, when he reunited with Michael going back into the criminal game, Trevor could have been worth $100 million to $2 billion depending on the gamer's choices. But what exactly did Trevor Phillips spend his millions on throughout the game? If you didn't pay attention to Trevor's budget during your playthrough, that's what we're here for. Today we're going to be discussing everything that Trevor Phillips has spent his millions on throughout the single-player story. Don't forget to stay until the end of the video to find out all of the insane purchases Trevor Phillips has made.
Somebody say yoga? Trevor?
Trevor Phillips Enterprises. Trevor Phillips Enterprises, a company founded by none other than Trevor Phillips, is a drug dealing and weapons smuggling business run in Blaine County, as mentioned above. It is run by four individuals: Trevor Phillips, obviously, who is the CEO, Wade Herbert provides intel, chef who cooks meth for the company on special occasions, and Ron Jakowski, who is the operations chief, the informant, and the pilot. Although Trevor more than likely gets a good profit from these illegal business endeavors, every entrepreneur knows that you must spend money in order to make money when you run a company, illegal or not. All the drugs and weapons involved had to have been bought by Trevor previously by a low price, then sold them under the table to criminals for a much higher one for Trevor Phillips Enterprises to be profitable, although this business plan definitely should not be tried in real life.
He reminds me of one of those guys you see advertising pills for middle-aged men that can't get erections.
Properties. In GTA 5, each playable character can buy certain properties as a long-term investment for consistent cash flow. They pay a large upfront amount at first to own a certain business, then get a weekly amount of money from that business for the rest of the game. The properties that Trevor can buy are the Vanilla Unicorn Strip Club, Mackenzie Field Hangar for $150,000, Car Scrapyard for $275,000, Tequila La for $2 million, Pictures for $750,000, The Hen House for $80,000, Sonar Collections Deck for $250,000, the mighty Los Santos Golf Club property for a whopping $150 million, and Sandy Shores Airfield that just stores helicopter and planes. Purchasing all 7 available properties Trevor can buy would be a total investment of $153,505,000. 97% of that is just from the golf club alone. That might be a huge number, however, the passive income Trevor will make up from that $153,505,000 purchase will make up for it in the long run. If he purchased Vanilla Unicorn Strip Club, Trevor would make $5,000 a week. He would make $150 per car for the car scrapyard, $16,500 a week for Tequila La, $71,000 a week for Pictures, $920 a week for the Hen House, $23,000 for each nuclear waste that Trevor finds, and an insane $264,500 a week for the Los Santos Golf Club, meaning Trevor Phillips would earn a guaranteed $294,020 each week in passive income. It would take 523 weeks or a little over 10 years in Grand Theft Auto game time for Trevor to break even and make a profit on his investments. If the gamer has the patience for it, Trevor Phillips will make bank off each investment in a decade or so. Helicopters, planes. One of the properties that only Trevor can own is the Sandy Shores Airfield. The gamer unlocks this airfield after completing the mission Nervous Ron. How much Trevor spends on each helicopter and plane is solely dependent on the gamer behind the controller. A plane can cost as low as $200,000 for the Mallard helicopter to as high as $10 million for Luxor Deluxe private jet. The hangar can hold only a couple of planes and helicopters, but kinda crazy to think Trevor could spend as much as $20 million for planes and helicopters, or as little as $400,000 for the helicopters and planes. But the same in real life as in Grand Theft Auto V, you get what you pay for. So the more money you spend on helicopters and planes, the higher quality and more efficient they will be.
Somebody say yoga?
Haircuts. After completing the second mission in the game, Franklin and Lamar, the barbershop becomes available for all the 3 characters. Going to a barbershop gives the gamer the option to make Trevor look however you want him to. Short hair, long hair, mustache, no mustache, beard, etc. The appearance the gamer gives Trevor obviously does not affect the gameplay or the story in any way. Although there are 7 barber locations on the Los Santos map, there are only 2 types of barbershops depending on the neighborhood you are in. There are both low-end barbers and high-end barbers. Pretty safe to say any gamer would prefer the high-end barbers for the character's customization. The one high-end barbershop is the Bob Mullet Saloon in Rockford Hills. The high-end salon gives Trevor the option of haircuts of a side shaded for $200, the King Fresh for $400, Tiger Eyes for $250, Abstraction $450, Business on Top $300, Wild Palm $350, a Blowout, which is a Rockstar Club exclusive, for free, and a Shape Up for $180. For all beards, there's only 2 options, Clean Shave for $50 and Methodical for $100. At all the other 6 low-end barbershops, there are fewer options for Trevor. Trevor could have the trailer cut for $20, Grown Out for $30, a mullet for $60, and the Jerry Beard for $65. Very unique each hairstyles and facial hair, but awfully expensive if you compare it to real life. Weapons.
Trevor! Trevor! You see me?
You wouldn't believe this, Ron. One of these assholes is having a seizure or something.
That's me! That's me! Don't shoot!
As a surprise to absolutely no one, the more weapons you have equipped, the better armed you will be in a gunfight throughout all of the Grand Theft Auto games, with average assault rifles costing a little more than $1,000, with the exception of the Combat MG, which costs roughly $3,000. Many weapons in the game you will be unlocking for free throughout story progression, but if you wanted weapons that were a little more deadly, the gamer would have to use Trevor's out-of-pocket money to purchase weapons such as the RPG, grenades, or even sticky bombs. The least expensive weapon purchased in the game is tear gas, coming in at $135, and the most expensive weapon at your local Los Santos gun store is the almighty minigun, which comes in around $13,500. How much Trevor spends on weapons and ammunition is fully dependent on the gamer behind the controller, but if you wanted to purchase every available weapon in the game for Mr. Phillips, Trevor would spend $55,746 on all the available weapons for sale, not including ammunition. You would have to buy afterwards. $56,000 is an annual salary for many individuals. For someone who has as much dough as Trevor Phillips, that is a significantly small dent in his bank account. Clothes.
Here, darling. Why don't you go get yourself something nice, okay?
You. Is it $7?
I said something nice, not expensive.
There are only 3 types of clothing stores in Grand Theft Auto 5. Cheap, which consists of normal clothes, Binko, which is sports clothing apparel, Suburban, which is more relaxed clothing, and Ponson Boys, expensive luxurious clothes. Depending on how much the gamer is willing to open their wallet, they can end up making Trevor look really classy or keep him looking like the cheap, psychotic killer that we all know and love. Cars. Trevor has access to 2 garages for vehicles, 2 garages for 2 safe houses. Each garage can only store 4 cars each, meaning Trevor has an 8-car limit for what he can drive. What cars Trevor has in storage fully depends on the gamer behind the controller. The most expensive vehicle Trevor can purchase is the Truffaut Z-Type, with a price tag of a whopping $10 million. The least expensive cars in GTA 5 single player is the Vapid Hot Knife, which costs $90,000. So at most, Trevor would spend $80 million on vehicles, or at least $720,000. This doesn't include tax, well, because tax doesn't exist in Grand Theft Auto. Hanging out with friends activities. Before or after the ending of Grand Theft Auto 5, Trevor can go out with friends for various activities. Trevor can call to hang out with Michael Franklin, Michael's son Jimmy DeSanto, or Lamar Davis. Trevor can take his friends out to the movies, the bar, the strip club, darts, tennis, and golf. However, darts and tennis can only be played with one friend, not multiple friends, like the other activities. Going to a movie costs $20 per person, so bringing one friend will be $40 per movie, but bringing 2 friends will be $60 per movie. Darts is free, golf is a little over $100, and tennis is a betting situation. If the gamer plays as Trevor and he calls to initiate the hangout, then Trevor must cover the bill of the expense of the activity of the gamer's choice. This expense is fully dependent on the gamer and how much they choose to have Trevor hang out with his friends. Thanks for watching. Anything that we missed? Which fictional character would you like to see on the next How They Spend Their Millions? Comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to subscribe, annihilate the like button, and hit the notification bell so you are always notified when we post future videos such as this one. You can also get a free stock in the investing app Robinhood by clicking the link down in the description to sign up, register, and connect your bank account. That is it. No money or funds required to get the free stock. Go get your free stock, and we'll see you next time.
Listen.